Greetings and salutations, good friends, and welcome to Blades in Paradise. My name is Dr. Winston Thoreau, and I will be your guide to the perils and pleasures of our paradise amidst the post-apocalyptic Pacific Northwest. Now, we'll get to the chicanery and shenanigans momentarily, but before we do, allow me to deliver some news. Blades in Paradise is an actual play podcast run in John Harper's Blades in the Dark. We are proud to have been selected for the Evil Hat Games Creator Program. Bard Rock Network is sponsored by Dragon Master Games. Visit DragonMasterGames.com for all your CCG, TCG, TTRPG, and miniature game needs. If you enjoy the stories we tell, you can tip us on Ko-fi or visit us at patreon.com/bardrockcafe. By sponsoring the network, you not only help us provide an ever-expanding library of shows, but gain access to bonus content, the network Discord, exclusive booster game nights, and roles on our booster bonus table. Now, without further delay, allow me to introduce you to my cohorts Lizzie, Sterling, and Max, the crew of ESPN. Enjoy.
Blades in Paradise is a dystopian story intended for adults. These stories intentionally address challenging topics that might not be suitable for all ears. This campaign includes content warnings for gun violence, child endangerment, animal cruelty, unintentional misgendering of a non-binary person, substance use, and graphic descriptions of injuries, including the eyes. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello, and welcome back to Blades in Paradise. Before I give my introduction, I just want to let the audience know this is our first recording session since the passing of our friend and colleague, Faith Queenie Long. Queenie will be missed, and we know she cannot be replaced. For at least this story arc, we are going to continue on as a group in her absence as we look into options for filling her seat at the table. If our energy seems off in the upcoming sessions, please know it's because we are still feeling the loss of someone dear to us. Without further ado, on with the show. The time has come, Blades fans, as we're officially entering our mandatory racing arc, the famous 500. I'm Paul, your Blades daddy and master of ceremonies for the race to decide the fate of the Pacific Northwest's Wastelander factions. But before we get the show on the road, let's go around the table, have the rapscallion racers of ESPN introduce themselves, their characters, pronouns for both, and a fun fact about those characters.
Do you know what Winston has in common with success and victory? That's right, folks. Let's WIN. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Dr. Winston Thoreau. Hi, everyone. I'm Jim, he, him, and I'll be playing Dr. Winston Thoreau, also he, him. A fun fact about the good doctor today, he's quite terrified about who he's going to have to interact with over the next few days. Winston, you see, has 4 small scars on his left hand. You see, when he first moved in with the famous family, they threw a big celebratory party for him to welcome him to the family, and there was a large, ornate dinner. But before dinner was served, Granny Smith asked Winston to show off one of his famous parlor tricks, as you were. And she stood up and held his hand, and Winston, so eager to please, went a little too far, and not only summoned one ghost, but a veritable cavalcade of spiritual haunts, terrifying good Granny Smith and having her pierce the flesh on his hand with her fingernails. She sent Winston to bed that night without any supper, and I'll let you kind of figure out how that relationship developed from there. It didn't.
It didn't, yeah. Hello, everyone. My name is Justin. I would be playing Mad Max Graves. He is a he-him, as am I, and, let's see, fun fact about, old Maxie. He can actually turn his ears 180 degrees. This rotation can pinpoint the exact location of sound, and he has almost a 360-degree vision, which he was born with, but, most of the time he's just squinting, trying to look cool.
Wait a minute. 360 degrees, meaning he can see behind him at all times as well, or?
Behind and front, yeah.
There are people with peripheral vision that is considered to be 359 degrees. There's like one spot that is considered with normal human eye placement to be impossible. Just means Max's eyes are also slightly further apart than normal.
That is wild.
Oh,
Where would your eyes be located on your head for 359-degree peripheral vision?
Lizard sides.
Basically.
Patricio, we're not updating the art. It's fine.
Actually, fun fact about Justin is that I can actually make my eyes cross in the opposite direction. So, yeah.
But why would you make your eyes angry?
Because I'm always angry. That's my secret.
The more we learn about Max, the more questions I have.
I'm thoroughly convinced at this point that Max is not a human being, but rather just a collection of zoo animals and a really intricately designed skin suit.
Not that intricate.
Could be. You don't know yet.
I have information about this. I'm not going to share it.
Wait, does that mean I too have information?
I rolled 2 6s. What do I get?
All right, so you read Dejeuner's medical file on Max, which you have access to because for like 3 days you were the hospital administrator. There are traces of DNA, of just minute traces of lizard and starfish DNA in his genetic makeup for some reason. It's like less than 1%. It doesn't seem to have any noteworthy genetic impact. It doesn't look like a healing factor or anything, just there.
Yep, and I'm also crepuscular, which means I'm mostly active at dusk and dawn and certain periods during the night. But mostly like to have a good snooze.
God, next thing you're going to tell me you can put your stomach out through your mouth to eat your food and then pull it back in.
You've been reading my diary again.
Anyway, Riley, it is time for Sterling's introduction.
Yes. I couldn't interrupt that. Hi, I'm Riley. I play Sterling. They pronouns as the child of upstanding and very busy lantern workers. Sterling joined a lot of groups when they were young, including an unsanctioned, completely unofficial children's battle ball league, which was by far the most violent and therefore fun. Sterling's team, the Body Checkmates, famously never won, not even once. But they did try to sell homemade merch featuring a queen chess piece with a gun.
I love it.
So, I have one question for you, Sterling. Or Riley, I guess I should say. So, when you participate in children's sports, typically they do a fundraiser of some kind for jerseys or things like that. And you sell a food product or other kind of, like, there's Girl Scout cookies, or you could sell kettle corn if you're a baseball team. What kind of food do you sell if you're a battle ball team?
The answer is clearly canned soup.
Well, is canned soup easy to get a hold of?
Yeah, it's really easy, especially if they don't have the labels on it.
Well, no, because in this universe we did establish that canning technology was only recently rediscovered.
Well, that's because they don't realize that it's canned food. They just think it's, metal poop from the Truckosaurus.
Dented cans from dumpsters. Low overhead.
It's the new slogan for Campbell's soup.
Low overhead.
Now I just want to spend the next 10 minutes brainstorming what a Battle Ball Little League would sell at a fundraise. I think in true fashion of this podcast, it would just be hot dogs.
That's a good point. That's a better answer. Dented hot dogs.
Yeah, you guys were sponsored by Oscar Mayer, so he would have dented hot dogs. Oh, that was like a 3-alarm. I started a sentence and then realized what you said. No, I think Oscar Mayer and Famous Nathan both sponsored a underground children's battle ball league, and both children's teams sold hot dogs to raise money. And it was like, no, I will provide the hot dogs you sell. And like, there's that elaborate pyramid scheme they have when like a corporation gives you something to sell for a fundraiser. Oh, if you sell 500 hot dogs, you'll get this. You'll get like this amazing thing. And the hot dogs are like 3 times the market price of individual hot dogs. Anyway, that's my bonus fact for this week. Because I already had a fact prepared. This week's fact about our gaming world. The American Pacific Northwest consists of 6 Wastelander factions. The Homesteaders, aka Tightwad, Hot Topic, the Amish, the Glampers, the Survivalists, and Urban Outfitters. Which is actually part of the briefing Mayor McCheese gives you all over breakfast at the Old Toby Tavern in Tightwad as you prepare to embark the morning of the race. Or the morning before the race, I guess. I have limited information for all of you about each faction at this time. If you have any questions, I'm happy to address them. And as he's saying that, Swift Taylor walks in. to the bar, holding what appears to be a letter, somber look on her face. Sorry to interrupt y'all's
Swift, come on, sit down. Have some breakfast with us. We're just getting ready to go.
I'm sorry. I wish I was here to socialize with y'all, but I actually have this letter from Lizzie for you. When should she hand you the letter?
Is it just the one letter, or are there other copies of it? Because we've had bad experiences with these before.
I do not think there are additional copies. I did read it, so if you guys accidentally destroy it playing some sort of elaborate game of football with it, I can tell you what it says. Anyway, Winston, what it says? You want to know what it says?
Yeah, I crack open the letter and I take. Does it say who it's from or what?
Yeah, it's from Lizzie. It tells you that after the loss of her mother, her and her family decided that this region is too dangerous and they want to move to a more distant wastelander settlement away from Nathan and Lantern Corps. Saying goodbye in person would have been too hard, but she knows that their family will be safe in the town of Skinflint.
Winston reads the letter out loud to Max and to Sterling, puts it on the table, and says, "You can take a look at it if you want, but that's about all there is to it. We should probably destroy this, so that way they can't find her." Excuse me. And he gets up from the table and he legitimately just shoves his chair as far as he can, across the bar, into whomever is sitting at the table next to them. He's not even paying attention. He just literally just in anger, frustration, whatever, just tosses it and then storms out of the bar.
Oh my.
The chair breaks over Victor's back. Victor, that's like the 8th chair you've broken this week.
That's quite the reaction. My good doctor, may I say something?
What, Max?
You shouldn't be upset. I think that she...
Why, Max? I'm upset. I'm not mad that she made the choice that she made.
Exactly.
I'm happy for her, Max.
You know she has something that we didn't?
Yes, a family.
No. The balls to say when it was time to quit. You see, you and me, Sterling over there, we're all kind of found a family. We've gotten to know each other over the few years, and along with Lizzie. My memory's not good, but I remember asking her to come and apply, so if you want to blame someone, blame me. But I think she probably was the smartest of us four, in the fact that she knew when it was enough. And she decided, headstrong though she may have been, it was time to put up her spurs and rest with family.
Max, I'm not mad at her. I believe that she deserves everything that she's getting. In fact, I love her so much that I am so happy that this is the choice that she has made.
So why are you upset?
But Max, I don't, because I don't know if you know this, Max, but I've had to say goodbye to so many people in my short life. For good reasons, for bad reasons, for everything and in between, I've had to say goodbye to everyone I've ever cared about. And how long is it going to be before I have to say goodbye to you when the serum that doesn't work because we have the wrong vampire blood, or I have to say goodbye to Sterling because they run headfirst into a situation that they're not prepared for, or they're trying to take care of one of us.
Well, you do the same thing that's...
And how am I supposed to put that on my shoulders? How am I supposed to carry that weight as I go into these cockamamie situations like an Outlander road race? How am I supposed to take this seriously knowing that I could...
You could what? Be eaten by a fucking deathclaw? Or maybe a vampire snack? or maybe you just waste away in a prison. None of us know what's in the future or what it holds. The only guarantee is that eventually we no longer are who we are, whether that means we're still alive or we just change. It's always inevitable. I've made peace long ago with the fact that I have no idea who I am, and someday, when I grow up, I hope I will. But until that day, we just don't know, so you don't bear the weight of it. You accept what comes, and you look forward to the metamorphosis.
Max, do you like who you are?
Oh, certainly not. Never have. I don't even like my name. But that doesn't mean that I'm always looking for something better. What did they used to say back in the day? I started off working at a very fast turnover restaurant. It paid me 3 shekels and 2 ninepence per hour, and I would say, I need a bigger, better deal. And then another restaurant said, we'll pay you 17 shekels and 1 pennant. And I would be like, there it is, and I would go and do that. And was it the same job? Basically, yes, but small minor changes, but I was always looking for the bigger, better deal. And that's all we really do in life, is look for something that can provide us comfort, happiness for a short time, which I have found more often than not. Say hello to your mother whenever we see her again. Yes, just know that we're always changing, and soon you will find life doesn't suck as much as you think it does. And if you don't worry about death or dying or even forgetting who you are half the time, life is weightless.
It must feel free in a way to not have the memories of what came before, Max. And I say this for 2 reasons. One, because I can see how haunted you are in your eyes when you're lucid. And 2, because I know how it feels to be forgotten myself, to be brushed aside, to be told that there is a better future and a better opportunity for me somewhere else. My parents did it. The famous family did it. And although I'm happy for her, Lizzie's in a better place now. And I'm going to miss her every day. And I don't know what to do with that. I'm tired of missing people, Max. I'm just tired.
I understand, my boy. But the thing is, I see that once again the responsibility to corrupt my fellow co-workers falls upon me. The trouble with these outland races is they always try to teach the wrong lesson. Believe me, I've been kicked out of a few, and to know they want you to become less callow, less shallow. But I say, why invite stress in? Stop studying strife and learn to live the unexamined life. Dancing through life, skimming the surface, gliding where surf is smooth. Life's more painless for the brainless. Did I go off on a tangent?
Speaking of going off, did you leave Sterling alone with Victor Lord?
Oh dear.
I run back in the bar expecting them to be wrestling or competing in some form of contest of strength.
Sterling, don't hurt them!
Riley, what did Sterling and Victor get into while they were away?
Sterling reread the letter. I don't know if they would have seen Lizzie's handwriting before. And then burnt the note to make sure that the name of the town doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, I think Victor sees this solace in your eyes and like, I know Sterling. I cared about her too. And he puts a big meaty hand on your shoulder to comfort you.
Max, what kind of competition is this that they're engaged in at the moment?
This is the conciliatory bonding of emotions over a loved one. You wouldn't know about that, knowing that that was taught on the day that your orphanage was turned into tinder.
You know, you keep bringing up this burned-down orphanage every single time that we have to talk about any type of feelings or emotions whatsoever. And if I didn't know any better, never mind.
So Taylor leans in. Did he say that your orphanage got turned into a 21st century dating application?
Yes, that's exactly what I meant.
You turned my orphanage into a meat grinder?
Well, I think because of my past rapscallionness, all orphanages have...
Grinder is a different application. That was only for people who wanted to bump uglies with the same uglies as everyone else.
Ooh. Well, if you think about it, they're all uglies. But I think most orphanages were combined into orphanage crematoriums. That court mandate says that I have to read a book to the orphans at the orphanage/crematorium every Valenweemus. I don't have to do that anymore, do I?
So you guys destroyed the letter. I think you all have. I think everyone goes into a group hug or huddle as they reminisce about the good times with Lizzie. Mayor Cheese, who's also sad that he lost his best friends. He gives you guys a minute. He's like, "Do you guys need more time, or should I continue the briefing?"
Is Swift anywhere around?
Oh, yeah, she's still there.
Swift, do you feel like racing?
I mean, I'm not much for driving. I've always been more of a. I got tons of guns. I have a Texas amount of guns.
That is a measurement that became used in the 23rd century.
Yeah, just hold on here. Just here, let's walk and talk. Well, let's take this briefing on the road here, and Mayor Cheese begrudgingly follows her to her shack, where she just opens up the. You have a storm cellar thing underneath these houses or whatever. She opens it up and she just walks you down to her cellar, which everyone else in these little earth ship things has canned goods and stuff, jars of non-perishables, whatever. Hers just wall-to-wall firearms.
It's just that scene from The Matrix where they're in the White Room and the endless row of guns swoops in.
Strangely, that was actually filled in Texas, so they'd have enough firearms.
I was actually thinking of this one scene from the most recent Terminator movie where Arnold Schwarzenegger's like, "Oh, well, knowing that there's a chance another Terminator would come back in time, I amassed weapons. Also, this is Texas."
There's also it's like a PSA or a somewhat of a training video where it's like you just show there's a child who's wearing baggy clothing and they're like, "Here, show us all the weapons that you have," and they remove literally just a full-length shotgun and a bazooka from their pants. Yeah.
Yeah, so she goes going through okay, so these are my revolvers. I always have these ones. That was your shotgun. That's a hunting rifle. That's an elephant gun. You use that specifically to shoot elephants at people, I've been told. I haven't really tried that one out.
Elephants at people?
Yes, yeah. She pulls it out, check it out. Victor, throw the plate there. She throws the plate and she's like, pull! And she fires a shot and a pellet magically unseals an elephant from fucking combat critters that crushes the plate. And then she's like, oh shit, I forgot I only had one ammo for that one.
Elephant munition.
Oh. You knew I'd ask.
Yeah, this gun has the magical ability to shoot an elephant out of it once.
Damn it, Paul. I activated your trap card.
It's a great trick, but I can only do it once.
Fuck.
Okay, I also got this one. This one's a salad shooter. It shoots salad at things.
I don't need to see that one.
She goes through an increasingly more and more comical collection of peculiar firearms. Yeah, no, I could be your sharpshooter in Lizzie's stead.
Oh, let's just get blackout drunk and forget this entire experience.
Oh, you want to do shots, ironically, sure.
Next thing you're going to tell me you have a gun for that, too.
I do.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And she pulls out a fucking super soaker full of whiskey. Open your mouth, old man. And she just fires a gallon of whiskey into your mouth.
Did I ever tell you about that time that I took a cow costume and I made the udders to where they could actually shoot liquid and I hooked it up to the bar? That was a lovely night. I had 4 people suckling on my teats.
He does realize we were with him last night, right?
4 teats.
Oh, you'll like this one, Doc. She pulls out... It's like, I got this one from a former famous footwear employee. She pulls out a plunger gun.
That can't possibly work.
Pull! And she fires the plunger and just sticks to the wall.
Oh, it's a grappling hook. Neat.
Yeah, you can use it as a grappling hook. You can use it to, here, check this out. Hey, old man, stand right there and hold real still.
I don't want to.
I mean, I can't make you. Victor, go stand over there and look real still. She shoots Victor in the face, and there's just a plunger over his face, and he's, like, mildly uncomfortable, but he also doesn't have to breathe, so he just removes it. Anyway, this one's also a novelty. I collect guns.
So, Mayor McCheese, you had something to tell us that...
Yes. I have some information about the Wastelander factions. What do you want to know? Who do you want to know about, and what do you want to know about them? As a reminder, the factions are... us. I can tell you everything about us. Hot Topic, the Amish, the Glampers, the Survivalists, and Urban Outfitters.
Sterling, Max, either of you like to have a choice? I mean, Max, your ex-wife did marry one of the Amish, so you may be interested in them.
My who?
Layla was married to an Amish man.
When did that happen?
Like, a week and a half ago?
As the narrator, I also had to ask when that happened.
The disembodied voice is confused. Alright, so, I don't have a question about who we're up against. I just think it's time for either a montage or we get to the point, and the montage has to be new outfits, because this coat and pants outfit is awfully stifling. Let's change into our new season's clothing. I'm thinking really tall combat boots and a kilt for myself. What do you guys think?
Oh, we had these 21st century NASCAR outfits made for you all, if you wanted them.
Sterling, those look like the banners that you have up in your loft.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for some reason, apparently we are sponsored by Oscar Mayer, so they're specifically Oscar Mayer colors.
Are the racing clothes just like our normal clothes, but a bunch of logos all over them?
If you want, you play in the sandbox as much as you like. I think they have a bunch of different styles for you to choose from.
This is just a red and yellow suit. Like this, I look like Ronald McDonald.
I've met Ronald McDonald. That is a compliment.
Ronald McDonald is a clown, sir.
I mean, just because he has a large personality and likes to tell jokes doesn't mean he's a clown. Although he is also the general manager of all of these locations for Salud, so I guess he was clown adjacent.
Mayor McCheese, are there any vehicles that are out there that we need to be concerned about? In other words, does anyone have firepower or some special trick that they've used to win the race previously? Is there anyone who is incredibly dangerous?
I mean, everyone has their own thing. Like, the Amish basically race in a wagon pulled by an alpaca. It's surprising how fast that alpaca can run. And then I'm not really sure what the survivals pull at something different all the time. I usually have, like, this weird Mad Max kind of thing going on.
What?
He's not upset.
No, not you. No, and then the Glampers, they just drive an RV. The Urban Outfitters, they drive a garbage truck. Us and Hot Topic, we didn't have a vehicle.
Those don't seem to go particularly fast. A garbage truck and an RV, I mean, if we've got our high-powered hot dog mobile, it seems like we're in good shape.
Yeah, but here's the thing. This is the first time, because this race's stakes are higher than our annual for fun race. Lantern Corps also has their own vehicle we have not seen the specs on it. They're sponsored by Famous Nathan, and they have a driver. Apparently, she's some sort of a ringer, I guess, a well-to-do street racer in the Paradise area. Her name is Mercy. So she's like an excellent driver, and she's probably going to be driving the fastest car.
Hell yes, she will.
Hey,
What?
same team.
Question. Who's gonna be our driver? I mean, I did it there one time, but we were in the desert and there wasn't anything for me to run into aside from the big monster that was chasing us. I believe that Lizzie was our driver.
Winston and Lizzie had about the same amount of time behind the wheel.
As I said, Lizzie was our driver.
Should I drive?
Listen, you scratch the bumper one time, you plow through a brick wall one time, you flip the car over during a combat with fucking Deathclaws from Fallouts one time, and all of a sudden...
You know who didn't damage the vehicle? Shadow.
Unfortunately, Shadow logically left with Lizzie. Oh, but there's just Shadow's puppy, Silver, because that's also a hedgehog from Sonic the Hedgehog.
Terrible dog. Terrible.
Yeah, this little dog runs up to you like, yip, yip, and then you blink, and it's suddenly the size of a fucking Great Dane. And then you blink again, it's the size of a school bus, and then you blink, it's back to puppy.
Oh.
Paul, are you giving us a dog?
You can have one non-Euclidean puppy.
Hey, little guy, do you know how to drive?
Arf, arf!
Sterling, if you're going to have a dog, you need to be able to take care of it, okay? You're going to have to walk it twice a day, you're going to have to make sure you feed it 3 times a day, you're going to have to brush its coat and bathe it. This is a big responsibility. Are you sure that you're up to it?
I'm not so sure about this bathing thing you're talking about, but yes.
I don't care if you bathe the dog. You have to bathe the dog.
You look back and the dog's already wearing sunglasses and a jumpsuit with a bunch of logos on it.
And a backwards cap?
Backwards baseball cap, absolutely.
It's full Spuds McKenzie.
It's got, like, instead of a collar, it's got a gold chain around its neck with an enormous clock, and it's kind of dragging the clock on the ground because it's a puppy.
Let's be honest, Paul. This puppy's a gift for you, not for us.
It's a gift for everybody. I enjoy teasing Winston, but it sounds like he wants to drive, which I'm fine with.
And now Winston has the best co-pilot in the Pacific Northwest.
McCheese, what do you know about the other drivers? Is there anyone who we could work with? Anyone who is looking particularly upset with Lantern Corps who we may be willing to form an alliance of some kind?
I mean, the drivers kind of vary because I'm not gonna lie, there's a high mortality rate in these races, or in the practice race for these races, because sometimes when people try to trick out their vehicles, they do experimental shit that makes the vehicle explode. Let me just tell you a little bit about the factions here. You can kind of gauge for yourself. So the Amish, they're a religiously zealous group. They're based out of the settlement of Nowhere, which is where the race is being held, actually. Strict rules about technology within the limits of their settlements. They aren't openly afraid of it like their historical counterparts, though. Their leader's a man named Eustace Courage. He would probably be able to tell you more about his racing team. Racing is a place called Ocean State Job Lot, is the racing circuit you'll be driving at near Nowhere. And then the survivalist folks, their community fear the future of limited resources, dystopian proportions, so they were pretty well prepared for what's going on today. Their ancestors hoard canned goods and shit. Way too many firearms. Not quite as many as Swift Taylor, but a lot of firearms per capita. Glorified storm shelters, they call bomb shelters, etc. Their leader is a man by the name of Howard Johnson. It is my understanding he's actually estranged from his 2 brothers, the owners of the Johnson & Johnson law firm. And then you got the Glampers. They're led by a man named Scott Braun. They converted most of the state of Montana into a series of campgrounds using log cabins, modified wrecked vehicles, and just regular old fucking tents. Their main town is called Uncommon Grounds. And then the Urban Outfitters, they do like garbage punk salvaging. Kind of like Hot Topic, but less goth, more garbage punk. Refurbishing smaller machines instead of automobile stuff. Garbage. They build stuff out of garbage. Their main settlement is called Banana Republic. It's built over the remains of Boise, Idaho. And their leaders are a couple by the name of Amber Crombie and her husband Fitch.
You can smell them the moment you walk by them.
Because Amber Crombie and Fitch is a notorious smeller because their stuff's made of garbage.
Both, actually. Abercrombie & Fitch is notorious for putting enough perfume or cologne to be able to be smelled from like 50 or 100 feet away. Like, they couldn't be near food courts because of how much of a scent that they put out into the concourse of a mall.
Oh, so their second center is called Bath and Body Works.
Enjoy what you're hearing? Rate us on your favorite podcatcher. Reviews on platforms like Apple, Spotify, or Good Pods help new listeners find our content. It's a completely free way to support the show. Thanks for listening.
How's the flurry?
Thrusters are burned out, of course they are. We lost both manifolds. The dimensional inversion dish is bent out of whack. Oh, and all of the saved stations on the FM radio have been reset.
What does that mean?
Well, it means we'll have to search for that alt rock station you like again.
They're back.
I'm Meanie. He's Llewellyn.
I'm Herman!
Yes, sorry. He's new.
Facing the multiverse with optimism
Right, well, we're dead. We're dying. This is it.
and top-tier expertise.
I think I've got it working. Whoa! These electrical readings are off the charts!
Yeah, you're holding it upside down.
Oh.
Tackling danger wherever they find it.
When are you gonna land us somewhere cool?
Well, it's not like we can steer the bloody thing.
Come on! Give me dragons! Give me pirates!
Arr, trespassers!
Okay, space pirates. Way to split the difference.
And facing impossible challenges.
Llewellyn, have you considered that there will be realities where you just can't get Newcastle Brown Ale?
No, I refuse to accept it. Lobsteroids, yes. Religious robots, sure. No Nuki Brown? It's just not possible.
But can they find their way home when they can't even trust each other?
You're a real jerk, you know that?
Did I know that? It's listed on my birth certificate under gender.
I don't know if I can trust you.
Yeah, the slightest chance of getting home and you throw your entire moral code out the window.
I'm just being pragmatic.
Jump Leads, a sci-fi comedy audio drama podcast. A brand new season coming soon.
It's an infinite multiverse.
Infinitely deadly, Captain.
But infinitely funny, too.
Anyway, with the information you have, it's time for heist planning / our engagement role. Your objectives are basically to win the race, representing the joint interests of Tightwad and Hot Topic, somehow save Murthy's grandmother in the process, because I'll remind you, the famous family basically threatened to remotely turn off her pacemaker and instantly kill her if Mercy doesn't win the race for them. And you're also trying to unite all the Waste Raider factions under one banner and prevent them from being absorbed by Lantern Corps. Those are basically your objectives. You also stand to win a sizable prize that includes control of half of Nathan's soul. So tell me about your plan to win this race, in broad terms, as well as any plan you have to save Mercy's grandmother.
So what if we make our Wienermobile a little sleeker, a little smoother, a little more aerodynamic? I think we should probably take the tank armor off of it. What do you think?
You actually hear hammering and sawing, and Oscar Mayer and Hot Topic are already working on tricking this vehicle out for you and making it better for racing.
So could I request that there be 2 enormous wheels in the back?
Oscar Mayer walks in because somehow he magically heard you. Did you just ask me to make it look like your Wienermobile is a cock and balls?
Yes.
I'll see what I can do. And he walks back out.
I was like, why do you want a tractor? Fuck.
Oh, maybe we could do the wheels in the front instead.
He walks back in. You mean you want me to make your car look like a reverse cock and balls?
Yes.
Right. I'm adding a vibration feature to this car now.
Too far, disembodied voice.
Like a double-ended cock and balls.
I'm not disembodied voice, I'm Oscar Mayer. Pleasure to re-meet you.
Oscar, you're not going to do the thing where you're doing these unproven experiments that then causes our car to blow up and explode in our faces, are you?
Oh, no,
Why not?
I've been doing improvements on cars for years, and these Hot Topic fellows really know their shit. So, before the engagement, I'll tell you about the vehicle you have, because you've asked about it.
is this the time to also talk about mechanically what happened?
Okay, yeah, sure.
We leveled up, yay, as a crew, because we've done so many good crimes. And by crimes, I mean we've caused a lot of mayhem and shot a lot of vampires.
Yay!
So we get to take an additional, either two additional, I believe it is, items on the map, or we can take a special ability. So for this race, we can take the special ability Reavers. So when we go into conflict aboard a vehicle, we get +1 effect for vehicle damage and speed. We also get armor on our vehicle.
Oh, we can definitely take the armor off if we do that.
Yeah, so you have that. And so Oscar Mayer points, and Spencer Grift and the Hot Topic mechanics, they kind of step aside and pull, like, this whole thing, like, they like, wait, and you're already close to the seat, and they put a big fucking tarp over it. Like, okay, now you come over. You come over and they take the tarp off. And so you see, like, this new hot dog. At first glance, you can't see it, like it's shinier and sleeker. And, there's nothing visually obvious about what's different, besides the fact that they first of all, they put, like, a racing stripe on the lobster armor, first of all.
Just covered in Hello Kitty stickers.
Hell yeah.
The stickers make it go faster. That's a scientific fact. Anyway, Oscar pulls out a really big fucking book, and he's like, here's your new user manual, and he holds it out to us. He's like, but I get the impression you didn't read the first one, so I'm just going to walk you through all the stuff we put under the hood here. And so he walks you guys inside. He points to the dashboard, which originally had 3 buttons, red, yellow, and green. There's also now white and brown. Basically, how this is going to work is your car will drive pretty much continuously without these power-ups. There's a 12-segment clock for the car's energy supply for all these ancillary power-ups, in addition to the basic stuff your vehicle can do from the book. If your clock fills, you have to stop and find a way to recharge the car. It will recharge over time, but you'll obviously lose speed in the race. And the power-ups are as follows. If you push the red button, you get an afterburner. The catch-up button. You consume 1 clock segment to double the Wienermobile's speed for a short period of time. Yellow. Mustard slick. From the rear of the vehicle, several gallons of viscous, slippery yellow liquid pour out behind you, creating a slippery hazard.
Hate when that happens.
Yep, it consumes 2 segments. White, the bloomin' onion, consumes 2 segments to conjure a massive onion projectile weighing several hundred pounds, basically an enormous white cannonball, that you fire at nearby vehicles. It damages their vehicle before exploding into a cloud of diced onions that can cause severe tire damage if run over, making it necessary to move slowly through the affected area.
Wait, our hot dog shoots a white projectile out the front that explodes into...
I mean, it's more like it like conjures over it, not from the front.
Okay, yeah, perfect.
Yeah, there's like a magnetic field thing. It's very sciencey. You wouldn't understand. Dr. Feelgood gives you a thumbs up. And then the brown, the barbecue barrier. You consume 3 segments to temporarily shift the car and all its passengers into the spirit field, making it impervious to harm and able to pass through physical objects for approximately 30 seconds. Finally, green button, the relish button, battle mode. Yeah, that one just turns on battle mode. That's not really good for racing. I wouldn't use that.
Sterling, don't press the button.
Sterling, get away from the button. We're not even in the race yet. Sterling!
But Silver and I want to.
I understand my bony, muscular, but the thing is, if you hit it now, when we're not in the race, we won't have it for when we are in the race, and it's very, shall we say, rude to kill all of our opponents before the race.
Strategic, but...
unsportsmanlike.
It's like the elephant gun, I get it.
Anyway, the other thing I think you'll appreciate, these Hot Topic folks in Dr. Feelgood, we actually converted this thing to recharge on solar power, so it doesn't run on human souls. So basically what happens is, during the race, if you run out of energy, you can visit park, and as long as you're in direct sunlight, you'll recharge. You can also, party members can also roll Tinker or Attune to try and recharge individual segments of the clock on their turns, if they have nothing better to do.
Huh.
Well, I never have anything better to do. I'm always at a loss for what I can do, so maybe that should be my job, just to sit there and roll.
Anyway, it's my understanding that this race, there's also random wacky power-ups just on the track you can pick up that your car can get for, like, one-time use power-ups. Like, one year they had, like, a mushroom that just makes you real fast, and they banned it, but there was this blue turtle shell that just instantly blew up the car that was in the lead of the race.
That's bullshit right there, let me tell you.
There was one year I remember cheese is going on. I remember there was one year where, like, the year we banned the shell, there was, like, a jump everyone had to make on a ramp, and the lead car was in the middle of that jump, and the shell abraided their car, and then the drivers fell several hundred feet to their deaths. That's why we banned the shell.
Oh, what a way to go.
All right, so that settles our car. Sterling, what do you know about Mercy's grandmother?
She is very cool. Definite badass.
Do you know where she is?
I have no information about her location, but we are strong and I believe in us and we can get that information.
Okay. I need you to go find Mercy before this race begins.
Okay.
We need to figure out where her grandmother is. And then we need to send Victor to go procure her grandmother and bring her back to Tightwad, so that way Dijonais can make it so her heart will not explode. Unless someone has a better idea.
I have one. It requires toothpaste, a lot of toilet tissue, some magazines, and a match.
Go on.
All right, so what we do with the toothpaste and the magazines and the toilet tissue is we make untraceable shanks, because once you start rolling the paper together with layers of toothpaste between the pages, that will make it nice and firm. And then once you have a good shank, you have to have the toilet paper to bind it all, kind of like a paper mache, and the match is just for the bonus.
Sterling, how important is Mercy's grandmother to her?
She's important. We're not letting her die.
I'm not saying we're going to let her die. What I'm saying to you is, how much would Mercy trust us if we were to have a conversation with her about how we're going to save her grandmother prior to the race? Would she be open to some form of team up or teamwork? Or is she so besotted at the moment? I mean, can we just pay her debt off? We have a stack of coin that we're doing nothing with.
I'm pretty confident she'd hear us out, but I mean, she didn't tell me where her grandmother is.
I will say, in case you all missed it, I said it earlier, you do know that the famous family has the ability to remote deactivate and instantly kill her for, like, kill switch. The kill switch is probably what you need to save her. Just get the device that turns off her pacemaker.
Would I know where a kill switch might be? Like, not specifically which building, but like what type of place it would be kept at?
So you suspect, because the famous family is using it as collateral, they probably just are going to have it somewhere on one of their persons or on their, whatever they're using as a base of operations near the race, so that if Mercy looks like she is losing the race, they can threaten to kill her grandma right then and there. So odds are when you're there, you could look for it and whatever the famous family are traipsing around in.
I have an idea. Go for it, Sterling.
I was just going to say, if we could find that thing, she'd definitely be more willing to hear us out. What was your idea?
I know that I have a particular effect on the famous family. For whatever reason it is, they have, be it a blind spot or they don't like me very much, I'll put it that way.
I think it's an allergy.
Some might say.
Swift Taylor instinctively reaches out and offers Max a donut.
Ooh.
If I can somehow distract them, that may give the two of you the opportunity to steal the device. If I can find out who may have the device, I can somehow pull them away from the group and we can set up an ambush. Rob them blind. Do what two-bit no-good criminals do. Winston sits down on the steps of Swift's cellar.
I think that's a mighty fine plan there, Doc.
Yeah.
So to recap, our plan is to just drive real good with our tricked out hot dog car to win the race, but we're also going to do a robbery, which I am excellent at, by the way, to get this here kill switch device to save the little old lady. Which, by the way, I've decided that Mercy's grandmother is named Hope.
I mean, the only other option we have besides driving really good is somehow convince the other factions that the only way for all of us to succeed is to make sure that Lantern Corps fails. And we could try smooth talking our way through it, rather than making things explode. I look at Max, and I look at Sterling.
And I look at him, and he looks at me, and I look at him, and he looks at me.
Alright, let's go with the drive real good and blow shit up plan.
Okay.
Tommy, cut this part out where I'm just looking for the particular page where I need to find the thing. Unless it is you like the song that I'm singing at the moment in time.
The cut stuff out when you're just feeling dead air thing is technically Riley's job, but yeah.
Yes, but Riley is in the cast, and so typically whenever there's an editor thing, I say Dommy, because then the audience also gets to know that Dommy is involved in part of the crew as well. Is the operation particularly bold or daring? Take one die.
I'll give you that one.
Or is the operation overly complex or contingent on many factors? No. Does the plan's detail expose the vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're the weakest?
What would you say the detail is? You have the two different modus operandi here. What would you say your defining detail is for one of those two aspects?
I would say that the vulnerability of the famous family is they are so eager to torment and torture Winston that they are either not taking us seriously, or they are willing to make decisions that are not otherwise strategic when Winston is involved.
Sure, I'll give you that one.
Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight for this operation?
I will say you've had so many friends and contacts work on this because you just had an entire team trick out your car, and you also hired a shooter.
But if there are any enemies or rivals interfering, you take -1 dice, so those cancel out.
And I looked at him, and he looked at me.
And the only other thing is that if there are any other elements, such, for example, if it being a higher tier target gives us -1 dice or something along those lines.
I would say at this point, I'm not going to worry about that one.
That would be 3d6 then.
All right, who would like to roll the 3d6 for the engagement roll?
Should we each roll one?
We're waiting for the members of the audience to pick who rolls.
Okay. All right, everyone, this is where you pull out your proprietary, that definitely does not exist, Bard Rock Network app, and you all roll a d6. We're going to take the average of those d6 down to 3 dice. No, really, someone roll 3 fucking dice, please.
We're playing the nose game, so Riley, it's your turn.
Sure.
I was picking my nose, I'm sorry.
That's a 1, a 5, and a 4.
Alright, so we're going to take a 5. You feel like this plan is pretty solid. You don't foresee any major other complications. Paul will decide what a 5 means later.
Yep, we're in a risky position when the action starts.
Really wanted that 6. Did my best.
As you're lighting up your car, a couple things. Dejanay approaches you, Winston, and says, I have that new medicine. Chemically, it is almost identical to Bendy's original formula. I cannot tell without testing it how it will work with the new active ingredient. But I will have more vials of it when you get back, but right now I just have the one.
Okay. Now, when you
Winston, back off.
Back off from...
We're not testing it yet. I'm the one that does the surprise pokey poke.
You want to hit the button? I thought Sterling claimed privileges on the button.
No. I'm just saying that I love you and sleep with one eye open.
Max, would you like to hold... I understand you wanting to hold on to your own medication, and I can understand that. That being said, in the event that you are incapacitated, one of us may need to provide it to you. If you'd like that to be Sterling, I understand. I mean, if you want it to be Swift, by all means. I mean, she's probably going to stab you in the throat if that's the case.
Swift's like, no, I got this, and she pulls out a dart gun.
Ooh!
I've been wanting to use this one.
No.
Where do you put all those things?
Hammer space? You don't got one of those? Anyway, I am public enemy number 5 or 6, not clear, so I don't need to worry about load. I could be loaded to the fucking max. Not you, the concept.
I think you got a raise on numbers of most wanted there.
I was 1 and 2 until you all pissed off the government.
It's not hard to do.
A newsboy walks over with the newspaper, and come to find out that I have been bumped down to number 6, and Victor and Swift have been bumped above me to 4 and 5. It's like, God damn it!
The daily power rankings. So who do you want to have the meds, Max?
I will let the good doctor hold on to it, but no testing it on me unless it's necessary.
Deal.
None of that. Look at the flowers, Max. Look down at the flowers. Nothing's going to stab you.
Now, I'm rather than making... This is what I would normally do and say, as the good doctor, I get to decide what's medically necessary. Are we talking about you're dead or dying and I use it? Or are we talking about I need Lucid Max back at this moment?
I will say that, rock, paper, scissors it at the opportune moment.
Dejanay leans forward like, I remind you only have the 1 dose for probably the next week. I would not use that if it was not an imminent emergency.
So in the next 3 hours, got it. We find ourselves in imminent danger at all time. We're already starting this leg of the race, and
I'm already holding the syringe over Max, being like, "Oh Jesus!" Put it back in my pocket.
Consequences.
Is that just a nervous tick with you? You're always trying to stab me.
Winston has a flashback to the experiments that Duncan Hines did on him before Nathan was adopted that had lots of syringes involved.
And you like that?
No, as a matter of fact, it was the worst experience of my young life.
Oh.
If I see that man, there's no telling what I will do. So, Sterling, if I rush at Duncan Hines, you have every permission to do what you need to do to keep me from making a bad mistake.
So I should help? Make sure you don't get killed?
You should stop me.
Hold me back! Just hold me back!
If you say so.
But make it look really cool, like I'm like really struggling, like it's really hard to hold me back, and like it's like you're really scared of what I'm gonna do in the moment.
You turn around and say something, Max, and he has the syringe. He's holding it above you with this weird look in his eye.
How did you do that?
What? Do what? Oh, where did I get this?
I reach my pocket. That's not even the syringe that... what is that?
No, honey, that's just a booster shot. You really shouldn't take random syringes from your alchemist there, Mr. Graves.
Oh, I just got it out of that box over there with the red plastic box. It was hard to get to this one. I had to sort through all of them, and I think I got, stung a few times. I'm not sure, but...
There's, scratches all over your mechanical arm.
He's just full of naloxone.
Anyway, do try not to let Max die for 7 days. That's about how long I need to make a new serum. If you were to die today and then you did, I might not have another serum ready in time. So,
all right, we are going into a death race. But thanks, Dejanay. Love you.
And she walks off.
I love your face. I love your elbow. I love that weird flap of skin between your little toe and the next little toe.
We should stop him from listing body parts.
You really need to have someone look at that.
Do you all want all these extra junk that you have on your hot dog car in here? Alone will just slow us down. Taylor, there's just a box of old fucking books in here.
Ah!
Wait a minute. Let me see those. Bring those over here.
And she brings it over, and these are the books that Max took out from Charles Norris, the Paradise Librarian, many episodes ago. There's a collection of Victorian-era horror novels, specifically Dracula, Frankenstein, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and The Picture of Dorian Gray. There's also a book on the history of the historical corporation, Procter & Gamble, that has information from their 21st century Wikipedia article. Now, because upon the request of the players, I've reintroduced this almost completely forgotten plot point. Is there anything you all like to do with these books?
I would like to make some kind of check to see if there's anything in the margins or anything flagged in the books that is of import or of necessary. It is specifically, for some reason, the picture of Dorian Gray is. I'm being drawn to that book because that seems so different than the rest of the literature that there's got to be a reason that Norris threw it in there.
All right, go ahead and roll study.
It's a 5.
5. So you're looking through there. There's not you've looked through there's a lot of stuff in the margins of Dracula. A ton, way too much stuff in the margins of Dracula. And most of these be things like, garlic does not work, you idiot. And that's not my name. Shit like that.
So many curse words.
Yeah, a lot of curse words. It seems to be written by somebody who is only slightly more lucid than Max, to be perfectly honest. Anyway, that's not either here nor there. There were not really other notes in the other ones. But looking through the picture, would you say this is the first time you've read these books? I don't know how much reading Winston's done in his life.
Winston reads vanity books. He reads trash fiction that you would find at the grocery store, or romance novels. He hasn't read classics.
All right, so you're reading the picture of Dorian Gray. I will say that for the sake of expediency, you're all en route. This is a long fucking drive to what used to be Seattle from where you are. So Swift Taylor's taking the wheel so you can read these books. You picked up on, first of all, the symbolism of the picture of Dorian Gray, the idea that we mask to hide our true selves from society, to put on the best appearance we can. But then you take it at the more literal sense of, well, why is this book relevant? There's a book about vampires, there's a book about homunculus, and it's the idea of maybe there's some sort of mystical component to power or more, and you realize that Dorian Gray's painting could be an allegory for a soul bottle.
So, you're telling... What this book is telling me is that somehow you're able to either bypass aging or death itself by mystical means, but how? So someone has found a veritable fountain of youth, not in an isolated location, but by science?
Well, it's really a surface story. It's a vehicle for a deeper symbolic message, and the true meaning is usually revealed through interpretation.
But I'm looking... That was incredibly insightful, Max. Holy shit.
Sorry, what?
I'm looking at these books, and...
Oh, I was trying to look up the definition of literary allegory, but go on.
Each one of them is telling me things about the horrors and terrors of our world, right? You take a look at Dracula, and you take a look at all of the notes that are written in the margins here, and they're saying everything that we've learned about Procter & Gamble. If you take a look at this article about the 20th century Procter & Gamble, you see similar horrors to the ones that our Procter & Gamble have committed in 2345. Mr. Norris gave us these books for a reason. You requested these books for a reason.
Okay.
I understand that there's a deeper level, that there's a metaphor, that there's symbolism, but I also know that sometimes, in an effort to hide messages that are important, you don't just share them directly. Does that make sense?
Are you asking me or the disembodied voice?
I'm asking the two of you.
Well, technically, we are Legion here. There's, hopefully, millions and millions of people joining us in these wonderful escapades, but that's a little fourth wall breaking. So...
I look up to the blue sky, wondering what I find at the blue sky to tell us.
Ha, ha, ha.
Look at that butterfly. So I think that that may be a weightier matter for after the race, because currently I think they're beginning to line up.
I mean, you guys are en route. Like, you can explore these books as much as you want. Like, you also, the race is not today, it's tomorrow. You're driving to the location of the race and staying overnight near the Amish.
Oh, yes, but you want to get a good spot.
Oh, you'll draw numbers for that, it's fine.
Oh, all right.
Based on your engagement roll, that might determine your spot, to be honest. 5's pretty good. You'd probably be like one of the 3 leading most cars.
Yay!
Woohoo! I can immediately think of who cars 1 and 2 are, but...
The Glampers and Brock and his alpaca.
Yeah, so you can revisit these books at any time you like.
Anyway, I take out a piece of charcoal or a pencil and start sketching in the back of Dorian Gray.
Okay.
That doesn't bode well.
I'm sure everything will be fine.
The drive to an Ocean State job lot just outside the town of Nowhere is an uneventful one. Your hot dog car is followed by a convoy of Hot Topic rigs and horse riders carrying your supporting entourage. You arrive at the job lot, and there's a parking lot for each racer to put their vehicles until the race proper in the starting positions on the track, which I'm going to assign you the 3rd starting position. It's guarded by a mixture of all the Wasteland factions to ensure no one tampers with any of the vehicles. So there's half a dozen guards from each faction plus a dozen Lantern Corps guards. Once you're all parked, you're approached by a man none of you would recognize except Winston. Adorned in a white Stetson hat covering his wavy salt and pepper hair, wearing traditional Old West-style cowboy leathers and boots, the most noteworthy feature of JCPenney is his wide, thick mustache and deep drawl. As I live and breathe, it's Dr. Winston Thoreau. He reaches out his hand for a handshake to Winston that is entirely too firm.
Winston pulls a handkerchief out and starts wiping his brow and isn't able to meet Penny's gaze. He won't look him in the eye at all.
You take his hand though.
I briefly it's more of a tap than it is a handshake.
The second your hand makes contact with his, he pulls you into the tightest bear hug that most of you have ever seen. You're still too skinny, boy, but you look good besides that.
Well...
Are you in stranger danger, good doctor?
No,
Blink thrice for yes and twice for maybe.
Penny, let me introduce you to my colleagues. This is, Swift Taylor Argonne. This is Maximilian Graves. He is our knowledge and...
Eccentric uncle.
Oh, Public Enemies 1, 2, and 5. Okay.
And this is Sterling Ackred, who is our muscle. These are my friends.
You do look very muscular. Sterling, go ahead and roll a skirmish to see if you have a firmer handshake than JCPenney.
Winston is leaning back against the hot dog car, trying to look cool, and just very it's like when your parents meet your friends and you're just waiting for...
You're leaning way too far back on a large wiener. I don't think you can look cool like that.
Also, if you all can't tell, I based JCPenney on Sam Elliott.
Well, now I'm all afluster.
I rolled a 4.
Come on.
You are about even with JCPenney. He looks at you you have a firm grip there. He looks at you I'm not good at pronouns, but you have a good grip, friend.
I think he would say something more like, you have a good grip there, but
Yeah, I'm doing my best. Yeah, you have a better Sam Elliott than I do.
Yeah, you gotta get that bass, that gravelly bass in there.
I'm doing it's hard because I'm shifting between so many voices, right? I slipped a little bit into Victor right there, that's my problem.
Justin also has 14 octaves lower than all of us put together.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, I made arrangements for you all. Stay at a shack just outside the Nowhere city limits, so you don't need to get rid of all your fancy gadgets. You'll have more time to catch up after the race, Winston. I do believe you and your crew are expected at Race Central.
Penny, why are you doing this?
Well, you're one of my finest pupils. Why would I not do everything I can to help you?
Well, after the way I left, and I didn't even say goodbye, Penny. I just kind of up and went one day. And now I'm here and you're still... Okay, fine.
There's something special in you, boy. Just because you don't want to see it doesn't mean it's not there. I saw what the famous family did to you, and just because they are well-paying funders of the board does not mean I like what they do or what they can do. You and Nathan both studied under me. You're both licensed and boarded under me. That does not mean that he has somehow replaced you just because you walked away out of frustration when your family abandoned you. You're still a member of my board, and I care for all of my board members.
I'm sorry, I'm behind on my dues.
Well, being a wanted criminal will get you that.
Oh, do I have any coin?
I mean, do you? Yes.
I never spend it, so... will this cover it? And I just pull out all the coin from my little coin pouch.
Oh, that is like... Just one of those is like 10 years of dues. Yeah, he's good now.
So 5?
Max, I can handle it. I'm not... Oh, God, it's like when your grandpas meet and they haven't been in the same room before and I'm so uncomfortable right now.
Oh, that reminds me. JCPenney reaches his pocket. I have this for you, too, and he hands you Werther's original.
Oh.
Not you, Winston. You can have one, too, I guess, but I'm sure you look like you have 3 of them in your pocket already. He holds that one for Winston, though.
Yes, they're soft on the outside and hard on the inside. A little fuzzy, too, but I'll take another one.
This is so warm.
Oh, yes. So warm. Like it came from the pocket of the sunshine itself on a spring morning, just as the dew evaporates off of the fuzzy little... Sorry, I got lost in the mustache. Anyway...
Yeah, as you're distracted by JCPenney's incredible and manly beauty and also Werther's originals, you hear the rhythmic thump, 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 thump noise of a rotary blade somewhere up in the sky above you. You look up, it can be described as an airship made of giant hamburgers, several of which appear to be the shells for drones, coming down in the desert in front of you. You're like windswept, like dust everywhere, as the lane comes down and landing, and a door opens up from the central patty, and what emerges is a little old lady, no taller than 4'11". Gray hair tied up in a pair of buns on the back of her head. Pale green dress, which you can all intuit is Granny Smith. And behind her, to no one's surprise, is her other grandson, famous Nathan. Well, hello, dearies! Granny Smith is here, so the party can officially begin. Please, everyone, come inside and join us for the famous 500 feast. There we go. Let's try that again. Please, everyone, come inside and join us for the famous Please, everyone, come inside and join us for the famous 500 feast.
Yes, the famous family fuck. That's great. I enjoy that.
Oh no, that's the orgy. That's later.
Oh.
You're not invited, old man. You're too old even for me.
I put on my proper prosthetics.
Oh my.
As if I couldn't be any more uncomfortable than I am right now. Somehow, as they said in Jurassic Park, life finds a way.
Oh, Winnie! I'm so glad you could join us. She walks up to you and she gives your cheek a really uncomfortable pinch, and like she kind of does that thing where she shakes your face while she has 2 fingers and a death grip on the corner of your cheek. Oh my, it looks like you've been letting yourself go. Did you put on weight? Don't you care about your health at all?
He weighs like $1.05.
Yeah, he weighed just $1 when I had him. Anyway, here, have some of Grammy's Miracle Tonic. It'll help you get your boyish figure back as she forces a 3-ounce bottle into your hands. Definitely. Actually, roll survey really quick, Winston.
4.
You're not 100% sure. You can't remember. But you're pretty sure it's Epicac.
Yeah. Who do you think you are?
I'm your grandmother. You show me some respect, boy. I'm gonna go cut a switch. I'll do one right now.
You're not Mike. You threw me out on the street. Or did you forget that?
I don't recall anything of the sort. I remember a boy that ran away is what I remember. We did everything for you and then you left.
figure with all my time spent around the elderly, I would get used to absent-minded memories and people forgetting things at this point in time. Granny, I'm not going to let you do this to me again.
Disembodied voice.
Yes?
May I make a couple of rolls, since I don't normally do that in a game. Make a couple of rolls.
What are you rolling to do? In Blades in the Dark, you describe what you're going to do, and I prompt you to roll the appropriate thing.
I would like to roll to find out if... it seems like she's the type that would always have a martini in hand. Is that a feasible roll to see if she does?
Oh, yeah, sure, you can roll to see if she has a martini.
Let's see. Ooh, I got a 6 even.
She does not have a martini in hand. She actually set it down to greet you all. There is a guy following her around. Just has a serving tray with her martini, some sort of hors d'oeuvre, and uncomfortably enough an ashtray.
Oh, in that case, I would like to make another roll.
Okay, describe what you're doing.
I would like to take the bottle of Ipecac from Winston and place it in her drink.
All right, that is a prowl roll.
I will take a stress to help him out by continuing to... You know, I used to worry about... You know what? Actually, Granny, you're right. It was very rude of me to go ahead and not greet you properly. May I see your hand? May I take your hand, please?
She daintily holds out a hand for you.
And I wincingly kiss her knuckle.
That's the grandson that I raised from birth.
And I rolled a 6 and a 5, just so you know.
Okay, so her and the guy whose job is expressly to keep an eye on this drink do not notice.
Ooh.
Or at least the guy doesn't care. Go ahead and roll survey, see if you can tell if the guy doesn't care or didn't notice, Max.
Sure. Let's see. Ooh, that's not going to be a good roll, but let me try. 3.
3. You have no fucking idea. For the audience, this guy doesn't give a shit.
Yay! So she's got an Ipecac sour now.
Yes.
So when you say from birth, correct me if I'm wrong, but what were those years I spent in the orphanage then? Can you just clarify that for me?
Oh, the orphanage. You don't remember, dear? This is the whole story we released to the public about it. You were lost to us. It was a mix-up at the hospital, so we were so glad when we found you again.
I remember...
She was gaslighting the fuck out of you.
I remember the public relations release, yes. Oh my gosh.
You know, and it was so kind that we found your brother, Nathan.
Where did Penny go in all of this?
He is looking mildly uncomfortable that the lady who pays his salary is there. He's like, he's gone off to like help the Amish thing, like because the Amish racing team is also walking onto this thing because like she did invite you on there for like a gala or something before she started focusing on you. So like he and the Amish are boarding the ship while you're doing this.
I can't. You know what, Granny? Would you like to take this opportunity to catch up and you can let me know some of the things you've been working on and what you have planned for the race moving forward?
Certainly. Here, let's go on. Let's get onto the airship, and I'll get you all set up for the gala, and then you and I will chat. And she walks, and she just takes a big old gulp of a martini when she's walking. We'll deal with that in a moment. She leads you onto the airship. There's a central chamber, the absolute largest burger compartment, and the only one that they plan on letting anyone other than the crew access, has been converted into a sort of ballroom for this gala, with a large dance floor, a stage with a live band, and buffet tables along the 2 walls. In each corner of the airship is an archway that leads to other areas. Conveniently, there is a mall directory-style map of the ship inside the entrance that tells you each of the smaller pods or backup engines and weapons array. There are also doors that go into other areas that are labeled bridge, barracks, and mess hall/cargo hold on the walls that are not the entrance. And basically, she just explains it to you all, and she's about to do this big speech, and then she just starts fucking barfing into the nearest trash can. And because we've been going for an hour and a half, that's where we were in tonight's session.
The great thing about that is the sweet, grand matronly look of someone who is doubled over and violently vomiting. That's where I always want to leave these episodes.
I mean, it's right up there when you guys stole Famous Amos's, air quotes, stole and ran away, so.
Well, yes.
Blades in Paradise is Paul Kinter as Master of Ceremonies, Justin Langston as Maximilian Graves, Emil Riley as Sterling Ackred, and myself, Jim Remus, as Dr. Winston Thoreau. Domi is our editor, and Allison is our producer. You can directly support this show at patreon.com/bardrockcafe. Starting at just $3 a month. We've just updated our Patreon rewards, so now is a perfect time to subscribe. Subscribers can join us on Discord, can come play games with us, and receive access to ad-free episodes and an ever-growing library of bonus content. You can support the podcast for free by sharing us on social media, by word of mouth, or by rating and subscribing on your favorite podcatcher. Lastly, you support us just by listening. Thank you for listening, dear friend.
Anyway, thank you for playing. Next time, we're going to go to the Famous 500's feast.
The Famous Family 500 feast?
Yes, the Famous Family 500 feast. Fuck.
Oh, fuck.
Is it the Famous Family 500 fornication feast?
It's where the famous family's going to fuck around and find out before the feast where they fornicate.
Riley, make sure to put all the parts where Paul tried to say Famous Family 500 feast together at the end of the episode after the credits.
I wasn't sure I was going to make it through mine.
The fuck is funny.